Hello and welcome back to the Aramco Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship certified by FIA. We're coming to you live this weekend, 27 to 28 March 2024, for the Invest Saudi Gulf Prix here at the beautiful Jeddah Corniche circuit. We're coming off of a fantastic test session last night, ladies and gentlemen. Another evening session. We had an open pit lane from 8 p.m. to 2:30 a.m. with the drivers getting 3 to 4 hours of track time during that 6.5-hour window, and it was a very fascinating thing indeed, with one or two new drivers who have experience at this track already, but maybe their first time in a Formula 4 car, and really everybody having a good shot around. And well, what can I say? We're coming to you for the race weekend now, so it must have gone quite well indeed. And we're just off of qualifying. Qualifying was about an hour and a half ago. Very, very interesting session indeed. Andrei Petrovic coming out on top. Andrei hasn't, this is his first time on pole position, I believe. He almost bagged it in the last race at Qatar, but didn't quite get away with it. But he is in the top spot this time around with the 207.434, while Kirill Kutskov in the light blue number 23 car also finding himself very happy here, very at home here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, to put himself in P2 ahead of Oscar Wirtz, driving the white number 11 car, who is just 0.3 of a second behind the top two drivers. Oscar Wirtz, ladies and gentlemen, if you were listening in to the previous session, you'll know that I had him pipped for the top spot of the podium. Unfortunately, I must have given him the commentator's curse, because there's no other excuse for him to missed out on that top spot. But nevertheless, he's starting at the front of the second row ahead of Hamda Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 8 car. The Emirati driver managing to find her way up to the front of the grid in the closing sectors. The closing session, the closing moments, I should say, of qualifying, a slightly different strategy than some of the other drivers. She went on to new tires a bit later on, whereas drivers such as Andrei Petrovic went out at the beginning of the session with his new tires in tow, and it went well for him. It also went well for Hamda. She's P4, and everyone's very, very excited for turn 1 in just a few moments' time. Frederic Al-Rafai takes the 5th position in the white number 10 car, while Sagar Al-Masherj is P6 on the 3rd row of the grid in the light blue number 5. Sagar having a very, very good qualifying indeed, and in the closing moments being pushed out of the top 5 by Hamda Al-Khabaisi's amazing lap. Solomon Zanfari in the orange number 52 car takes P7 ahead of Amna Al-Khabaisi. Another fascinating row of the grid. There's been some competition before between Solomon and Zanfari, Solomon and Amna, and indeed both Khabaisi sisters have tussled with the Moroccan driver. Solomon having a very, very good beginning of the season, a strong showing in Kuwait, and managing to make things continue to be interesting for us here in Formula 4 Saudi Arabia. P9 is Faisal Al-Kabani, the silver bullet in the silver number 7 car, while Omar Al-Walid Al-Duran is P10 in the yellow number 18. Saud Al-Saud, a newcomer to the championship, but an experienced hand here at the Formula 4, here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit, is P11 ahead of Jabir Al-Thani, Laura Villas, and Abdulaziz Abu Zanada. You can see the cars on the grid now, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be getting underway very shortly indeed, but before then we need to head down to the pit lane, and just before we head down to Marcello, let's have a quick word from Luca Philippe, who's just joining me.
Hello everybody. So after the qualifying, all the drivers were ready and pumped up for this race. Definitely very motivated. Andrei Petrovic, I've seen talking to the engineer, they were both motivated and satisfied. Kirill Kutskov, even if he did second place in his starting front row, as we know, his character is not so happy with his qualifying, so he really wanted the pole position today.
And here we go down to Marcello Puglisi.
We are on the front of the green, the wonderful Jeddah Corniche circuit by night, and let's get some word from the driver. Andrei Petrovic on pole, And seems that you are going out with new tires, so you're trying really hard from the very first lap, right?
Yeah, I hope from the first lap to pull away and have a clean race till the end and get on the top step of the podium.
Enjoy your race and good luck. So going on the grid, in second position we have Kirill Kutskov, the best qualifying so far from the world champion of go-karting. So Kirill, you are with new tires as well, like Andrei. You are trying really hard. Are you trying already from the start to gain one position?
Yeah, that's my best position, best starting position from the beginning of the championship, and just want to earn as much points as is gonna be possible. Earn new tires now is my best start position also this weekend so far, and this I will do maximum as I can, and of course gonna be better to gain one place in the start. I will try to do this, but if it's not gonna possible, just try to keep the place.
Enjoy your race, Kirill, and let's give it all. Okay, you can go enjoy the race. I give you the words and see you later.
Thank you very, very much, Marcello. And I believe there's less than 60 seconds left on the clock until the green light. At the end of the pit lane, you can see all the cars now being readied for that eventuality as the onlookers move towards the pit lane. As they move towards the garages. Luca, we've spoken time and time again about tires, but how about one more time? What do these young drivers need to do to warm everything up to get the best possible start off the line in just a few moments' time?
So what we just learned from the interviews from Marcello is that Andrei and Kirill, and I know also Oscar, they have the new tires after basically the set that they didn't use in quali. So all three, they will benefit from the very new set. Some of the other driver will have just a scrub set, like Saker, for example, that he has from the qualifying. So still a good set of tires, but not a brand new. So we have to see if there is a difference in between the two strategies. I don't believe it's gonna be a huge difference, as we discussed before. It's a circuit with not so much degradation for the tires, not so abrasive in terms of asphalt. But anyways, let's see what these drivers will deliver. And drivers, for example, like the Alcubasi we see now, and both of them, and also Suleiman Zanfari, they have used both sets in the quali, so at the moment both sets of tires they have the same amount of mileage.
That's absolutely fantastic. And you can see at the front of the grid there now, that's Andrew Woods. He's our chief engineer. A lot of LMP2 experience Andrew has. On the left-hand side of the grid, the red number 49, that's Andrei Petrovic. And on the right-hand side, the light blue number 23 of Kirill Kutskov. We saw Andrew jumping out of the way just now, so that must mean the pit lane is green. Indeed, you can hear the cars are revving up, and I think we're about ready to get going. And yes, we are. Andrei Petrovic bringing us onto the grid now. Luca, is there any strategy here? Does he need to think about bunching up the grid? Is he worried about being on the starting grid too long if he's too far ahead of the other drivers?
So it's a very long lap, so I believe the leader would start warming up and pushing a little bit in the middle sector. At the beginning now he's just scrubbing the new set of tire to get rid of the shiny little part that you have on the new set. Then in the middle sector you have to try and push a little harder to bring the temperature and to work the tire. But then for the last sector you just want to compact the field to have it as compacted as possible as one group when we go to the grid.
Yes, of course. Coming around now, we can see everybody on grid. I mean, it is beautiful to watch the race, and the cars, I think, look absolutely fantastic. A very good choice of color scheme, and the rappers, I have to say, they do a fantastic job. They're up all night some nights trying to make this happen for everybody. So it's beautiful to see it all coming together. And I believe we're just about to have a run through of the circuit one more time. So Luca, Philippe, can you quickly talk us through exactly what's going to happen here at this 7+ kilometer long circuit?
Yeah, it's a fantastic circuit. really fast for these cars, and up to 6th for turn 1. This is where we'll see a bit of action at the start and also during the race. Then turn 4 is a very fast 4-gear corner, and then it's a flat out section up to 8 and 9 where we have just a small lift. Then flat out again up to turn 13 where we brake from 6th gear down to 4th. And then is a banking corner, and then we brake for turn 16, sorry. Then it's a 4th gear corner again, and then flat out all this section, twisty section, down to 22, 4th gear again, and then flat out once more all the way into the final corner, which is 26, potentially a 27 and overtaking maneuver place, and back into the main straight, 6.2 kilometers, fantastic circuit.
Thanks, Luca. Once again, you're the man in the know, and Andrei Petrovic is going to hope to have you whispering into his ear as he comes around what appears to be the final corner of the circuit, turn 27, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have that many fingers and toes put together. You can see the grid all bunched up quite nicely. Andre's done a good job there. The beautiful green cars, Team Green, of course engineered by Steve, is ready to go as well. Coming around the final corner now. In just a few moments we'll be stopping on the grid boxes. This, of course, just the first lap out. We'll stop on the grid boxes. There'll be a green flag displayed, and the cars will go around the track one more time before we get underway here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for the inaugural race, our first race in Saudi Arabia, ladies and gentlemen. Is there anything special here that they have to consider, because this is the first street circuit, Luca?
Yeah, everything is special, to be honest, because like you say, first time for all of them between walls in a straight course, and but also is really fast, really tough place, and then we're racing by night. We take these things for granted, but they are not. I mean, all these things are really special for these drivers with very little experience. So many things combined, which is a night race, street course, and well, we'll now start for the formation lap after the sighting lap, and procedure, a lot of action in one day with practice, then qualifying, then race 1 to 3, and a lot of new things going on for this driver. But they are all very young, but you know how it is, motorsport, it's a professional sport that makes you grow up very fast, I have to say. Sometimes you speak to them and they look like young kids, but sometimes it looks like speaking to little men and women, of course, because they have to, develop this sort of relationship with the pressure, and a little bit of for sure the passion that becomes not just a sport but also a profession. So you are so young.
It's not just about winning, it's about losing well as well, isn't it?
Exactly. And you may have a great day, tough days, and within the same day you may have a bit of a roller coaster going through your head, and you have to try and handle the whole thing. But these guys, they can do it.
I've got to say, Luca, I've loved the weekend so far. This action-packed 3-day race, I think maybe it's the way to go. I really had a good time. We're up in the morning, qualifying, free practice, qualifying, and then off you go, off to the races we are.
Absolutely, and it is something that makes you, switched on all the time, and the drivers that they can handle the whole entire situation, definitely they will benefit from a day like this, which is challenging, tough, but it's one of those days that they will
remember for the rest of their lives.
Remember and develop their skills and experiences.
Yes, indeed, I believe you're exactly right. And it's, it's not just about trying to become a racing driver. It's also trying to build a career for yourself. I mean, everybody knows about F1, but there's a plethora of options out there. I mean, yourself, you've been test driver for F1 and Pirelli and many other things, commentator, driver, coach. We've got, I know another ex-driver of ours from a long time ago is the Lamborghini factory test driver, and I mean, if you cannot complain about this job, can you?
Yeah,
And
I mean, exactly.
and I mean, there's a lot of things to look for, a lot of things to do. There's a lot of opportunities, and it builds you a life. You know, it teaches you how to go out there and market yourself, how to get something done. And I think I mean, particularly with our young Saudi drivers, Omar and Faisal and Abdulaziz. I mean, a lot of these guys are in the car I mean, Omar and Abdulaziz are in the car for the first time, you know, and they're out getting up there. Abdulaziz got a rookie podium. Omar won a race. Faisal's won his first Formula Car race. I mean, you can't discredit it, and it's fantastic racing. Qatar was brilliant, and we're about to see how good Saudi's going to be.
Absolutely, and the start will be crucial, and getting into turn 1, which is quite tight after quite a long straight. So.
Well, it looks like the engineers are very interested to see what's going to happen as well. Everybody paying apt attention to the timing screens on their laptops, and in just a few moments we'll be underway. Safety car is at the back of the grid. Everybody is lined up in their grid boxes. The red number 49 of Andrei Petrovic pointed towards the inside of turn 1, while Kirill Kutskov is orientated straight. 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights are on, and as the 5th light goes on and they all extinguish, we are underway. A great start from Federico Alberfai, who jumps up into P2, almost into P1. Is he going to go around the outside at turn 1 and take the top spot? Yes, he does. Absolutely fantastic start from Federico Alberfai, and that seems to have unsettled the red number 49 slightly, as Oscar Wirtz is looking on the outside now for a maneuver, and it looks like he's going to make it. Yes, indeed. Are they still side by side? Yes, they are, coming out of that corner, and Federico Alberfai is using this to his advantage. Unfortunately, Kirill Kutskov has dropped from P2 down to P4, and he is stuck behind the red and white cars in front of him, while Hamda Al-Kubaisi is all over his tail. What a great start for Federico Alberfai, Luca Philippe.
Wow, the start was really amazing. I mean, it's just been so good that I even doubt that it was like a...
lockup. Was that the white number 10 car, Federico Alberfai?
Yeah, it was him. Definitely Andrei. He has tried to fight back for turn 1, and luckily the two cars, they came very close but didn't collide. And yeah, really wants to see the fight between these two.
Oscar Wirtz as well, ladies and gentlemen, putting his hat in the ring. He's all over the back of that red number 49 car, and Kirill Kutskov as well. I'm sure he's not going to let things stand, as they are coming down now into the second sector of the track. We'll see the cars are going to be in their positions as they maintain. Nobody managed to make a move so far, but it looks like Suleiman Zanfari is in trouble with what appeared to be Sagar Al-Mashurj, the Kuwaiti driver, all over the back of the orange number 52 car, while Omar Al-Walid Al-Durain is fighting for position as well. Let's have a look now, ladies and gentlemen, to the front of the grid. The white number 10 car, Federico Alberfai, still leading the race. A fantastic start for him. Looks like Andrei trying to make a move up the inside. That's going to give him a not-so-nice exit, and Oscar Wirtz is going to capitalize on that. It looks like the front wheels of Wirtz are already alongside the rear wheels of Andrei. They're all pushing each other to the inside line, trying to take advantage, and has worked out in the favor of Andrei Petrovic, as Oscar Wirtz is still just behind him, but with so much momentum. The young Austrian driver is going left and right, diving up the inside now of turn 1, having a look around the outside, but he's perhaps tried his hand too hard, as Kirill Kutskov now has used all of this battling to really come up behind the leaders, and Hamda Al-Kubaisi in the purple number 8 car is also throwing her hat in the ring, and we know that she is a force to be reckoned with. Coming through now into the second sector of the track, the red number 49 still in P2 ahead of Oscar Wirtz in the P3 spot, but we can see the distance between the top 5 cars is so close indeed, and it looks to me as if the rest of the pack is catching up to them. Suleiman Zanfari does seem to have been overtaken by Sagar Al-Mashurj. I saw a light blue car before I saw a yellow car, and yes, ladies and gentlemen, the top right corner of your screens, you can see that the light blue number 5 driving Kuwait is in front of the orange number 52, and that is fantastic news for Sagar Al-Mashurj, and I'm sure his driver coach will be very, very happy indeed.
Wow, what a fight here at the top with Petrovic. They had to both attack and defend, and they arrived in turn one, they were almost 3 wide. But we'll see again the same action going into the last corner of the lap for sure, as the last corner becomes like a very wide place with the slipstream, and Andrei Petrovic again is really very close with Oscar Wurz. He just lost a little bit of distance exiting the corner, but now with the slipstream, look at that. He already got it back.
He's already got it back, and they're coming down into turn 27 now. And is that a good place? Can they make a move there? We've seen action in F1 at turn 27 before.
Yeah, definitely. He's getting very close. Oscar with Andrei going into the inside. Can he make it?
All the way up the inside line. And can Oscar Wurz take the momentum that he seems to have on the top 2 drivers and make something happen as well? He's going to go all the way up the inside. It looks like he might be alongside his teammate in the white number 10 car. They're 3 wide, ladies and gentlemen, as they cross the start-finish line for only the 3rd time in this race, down into turn 1. And Andrei Petrovic takes position from Federico Al-Rifai. Al-Rifai fighting back, and Oscar Wurz using that to his advantage. He's alongside his teammate now, coming down into turns 3 and 4. Looks like a move towards the outside before they duck down into the inside, and Oscar Wurz takes P2 from Federico Al-Rifai as well. Fantastic racing, but it's absolutely upset the order for oh my gosh, have I made a mistake? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Luca Felipe? Is it Federico Al-Rifai in P2 and Oscar Wurz in P3? Yes, indeed it is, but it was fantastic racing on screen either way.
Now Wurz has to defend from Kirill Kutskov. So
there we go. Oh, to the outside he goes. And Hamda Al-Khabaisi, look, she's got such a good line coming through that turn 13. She's going to get a great exit, and Kirill Kutskov is going to be in trouble with the Emirati driver just behind him.
Wow, this is really action-packed racing, and now Andrei has to try and pull a little bit of a gap, as he's been really good at attacking into the last corner. What a late move, a late braking. That was really brave and amazing, and he was able to defend.
Looks like Faisal Al-Kamani may have come into the pit lane there. That's the silver bullet, number 7. May have had a little bit of contact on the opening lap, very wisely choosing to come into the pit lane there. We'll find out exactly what happened and get back to you. But Luca Felipe, I've got bad news. Race control just mentioned there's an investigation going on with Federico Al-Rifai.
Unfortunately, I sort of had a bit of a feeling, because the start was so good that it felt too good.
Oh, a move here between Sagar and the 88 car of Hamda Al-Khabaisi. They're side by side on the exit of turn 27. They're going to come down the main straight now, and Solomon Zanfari is set to pounce in his orange number 52 car. 3 wide once again, just about as we come across the start line, and it is indeed coming down into turn 1. Is there going to be contact? No, they all managed to back off and continue through. The purple and orange cars of Hamda and Solomon having to detour through the runoff, and Sagar going a little bit wide on the exit of turn 2. They may be forced to return that position, because I believe Solomon overtook Sagar off track, but it was a bit of a complicated incident between the 3 cars, so it will have to be reviewed on the official side. Coming down now through, we can see that Kirill Kutskov is still sandwiched between the white number 11 car of Oscar Wurz and the purple number 8 of Hamda Al-Khabaisi. These 3 drivers battling for position from the beginning of the race, while Andrei Petrovic is now 0.5 of a second ahead of Federico Al-Rifai. Petrovic, a really, really strong showing for him. He had a bit of a setback at the beginning of the race, but like I keep saying, there's nothing you can say, there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can threaten that'll keep Andrei Petrovic off the podium, and he's showing it once again as he clawed his way back up to the top step and is now the leader of the race. As we come through now, we'll see in just a moment what's happening on screen, but off screen, Saud Al-Saud seems to have returned into the pit lane. Again, he may have been another party involved in some kind of incident in the opening sector of the race. Coming back on screen now, you can see Oscar Wurz still leading Kirill Kutskov and the purple number 8 car around the circuit, but the gap between them very small indeed. Luca Philippe, what would you suggest for young Kirill Kutskov? Is he close enough to make a move on the number 11 car? It looks like he's going to go around the outside of that flat out corner, and he's going to make a move coming into the braking point a bit squirrely from the white number 11 of Oscar Wurz. He had a little bit of a lock-up, a little bit of tire squeal, and that's going to cost him because Kirill Kutskov is in the slipstream, is about to pull out, and as we come across the start-finish line, we'll see what the number 23 car can do. The dirty line there for Oscar Wurz, but he's got no choice. He's trying to fight off a serious championship contender as they come down through turn 1. A beautiful move from Kirill Kutskov puts them side by side through turn 1 and turn 2. Oscar Wurz left with absolutely no choice but at the last second to dive out of that section to avoid hitting the exit, the Tech Pro at the exit of turn 2. That was some serious racing there, Luca Philippe.
That was really nice move from Kirill. It was from the outside, and yeah, he took the advantage of this fight, and it was also AMDA took the opportunity, and this is the fight for the podium because remember, with Federico Rifai with a penalty of 10 seconds for jump start, that means that now Kirill is in second and AMDA is in third. Now Oscar Wurz just has to regroup and reset and keep pushing hard and find back his rhythm, because to defend he had to sort of lose a little bit his speed. Now he can regroup and try and fight back.
Well, let's have a quick replay of all the action. Here we are coming across the start-finish line. We've got Oscar Wurz on the right-hand side in the white number 11, Kirill Kutskov in the light blue number 23. As we come down into turn 1, Kutskov in a fantastic position, makes his way around the outside of turn 1, gets the better line, going through turn 2, squeezes off the opponent on the exit of turn 2, and Wurz manages to control his car fantastically to keep it on track and maintain his third position. His fourth position, I should say, ahead of the fast-charging Amna Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 8 car.
So now Oscar, was able to regroup a little bit, and is getting close to AMDA again, and this is the fight for third place podium position. Even if it's fourth technically on track, but it's third because of the penalty of Arifai, and this is definitely gonna hurt a lot Federico for his fight in the championship, because he had a big lead over Petrovic, but with his penalty he's gonna lose most of it, if not all of it.
Well, we can see Hamda Al-Khabaisi in the purple number 8 car is really got her foot down coming through turns 1 and 2, and it's fantastic to see. Kirill Kutskov now on the left-hand side of your screens is starting to pull away a bit, but as the battle between the purple number 8 and the white number 11 of Oscar Wurz is heating up again and again coming through this section of the track. You can see a little bit falling back here. Oscar Wurz a little bit squirrely in the exit there, in the entrance there as well. He's going to have to bide his time and try and make a move. Where's the next place he could possibly make a move, Luca Philippe?
So the last corner, I believe, and he lost a little bit of grip because of when you try and follow the car in front, you lose a little bit of downforce. So he lost the car a bit in understeer, and now Zanfari, after a couple of laps, now he find a good rhythm, and is quite fast, and he was able to catch AMDA and Oscar also because of the fight they had, and they lost a bit of ground to Kirill, and in the meantime Zanfari was able to get close and get into the fight for the podium.
Yes, indeed. He's up in P3 now, and he's going to try to start hunting down the man in front of him, Federico Al-Rafai. But Al-Rafai, ladies and gentlemen, seems to have gotten a 5-second penalty, and that
52.
Car number 52, sorry, seems to have gotten a 5-second penalty. That would be Solomon Zanfari, I believe, for the overtake off track of Sagar Al-Mashaj in the light blue number 5. We saw that a few laps ago, ladies and gentlemen, when the action was between Amda, Sagar and Solomon Zanfari down at turn 1. Amda and Solomon going off track on the exit of turn 1, and well, it was great to watch, but we did say he might have to give that place back.
Yes, absolutely, and it was a bit of a difficult situation, but when he was on the outside and he cut across behind the curb. For sure he got an advantage over Sakera Mosherji, but he stayed in the fight with Amna Kubezi and he didn't give the position back.
Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you gotta keep it in there and hope you can outrun the penalty, don't you, Luca? That's sometimes the only choice. If you can't find another way past, that's one way to go, I guess. And maybe he can put his foot down, get ahead of Wirtz, and outrun the penalty. What do you think?
You know, to be honest, you know, I think you have to keep it within the lines, and if you don't, you should know, you know, that if you took an advantage, I think he would have lost less ground in keeping the position back. Anyways, this is racing, and sometimes going to a circuit that is, you know, super advanced, there is a downside of the potential of the track limits, and in this case we may have these scenarios, but they have to understand at their age that this situation, they will happen all the time, and they have to handle these things in the best possible way. So this is also one of those situations that they can learn from, and definitely they will, because the situation has been quite clear. In fact, race control was quite quick in order to send a penalty of 5 seconds.
Yes, indeed, actually. Well, what can we say, Luca? It's been a lot of action on track, actually. A fantastic move by Kirill Kutskov, a fantastic move by Andrei Petrovic. Even the unfortunate penalty for Suleiman Zanfari really was a brilliant thing to watch on track. And coming around the final corner now, Amda Al-Khabaisi may be in trouble with Oscar Wirtz just behind her.
Yeah, I think now could be a good time for Oscar to try and get a position. Also because it looks like Oscar has a little bit of pace advantage now, and it's an important position because it's the last step on the podium. While in the meantime Zanfari has lost a little bit of ground in the last couple of laps.
Yeah, it does seem like Zanfari has fallen back a bit, and indeed Al Rafai as well is now 1.47 seconds below, 1.5 seconds behind Andrei Petrovic, who's starting to stretch his legs a little bit. But the important piece of information, ladies and gentlemen, is Kirill Kutskov is 4 seconds behind Al Rafai. So Al Rafai, with a potential penalty for a jump start, needs to put his foot down if he wants to secure himself against backlash.
In the meantime, Federico is pushing hard in second, because he has to try and make a gap of 10 seconds towards as many drivers as he can. At the moment, he can stay in front of Omar, so he's virtually in P8, but if he can gain another couple of seconds over Saker and Suleiman, he could get even in P6, position 6. So this is the best for the moment that Federico can aim for. He's lapping 2.8, 2:08.6 against Saker, which is actually very similar, 2.8 and 8. So it's not easy task for Federico in trying to pull this extra gap.
Back to Kirill Kutskov in the light blue, number 23, ladies and gentlemen. He has got fresh air ahead of him. He's coming around turn 27. He's got his foot down, and just behind him there's the purple number 8 car and the white number 11 car of Oscar Wirtz. They're side by side as they come down the main straight now. Must have had a fantastic move coming into turn 27. It's come down into turn 1 now. Wirtz goes all the way to the outside. He's looking to replicate what Kirill Kutskov did to him a few laps ago, and he does it even better and even cleaner as he secures the position midway on the exit point of turn 1.
Really, really nice move from Oscar. Really, really nice, really clean, and he did it in the right time because he was a little faster than Amda in this phase of the race, and now he also had a little bit of gap to Suleiman Zanfari, so he could do it without having a risk on having a third guy into the fight, into the equation. So really good stuff from him. He lost a little bit of ground when Kirill Kuzkov got second place from him, but now he regrouped and he got back on the last step of the podium.
Let's have a quick look back at that action now, Luca. If you look at the top of your screens, ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side, we have the white number 11 of Oscar Wirtz. On the left-hand side, the light blue number 23 of Kirill Kuzkov, and just behind them, the purple number 8 of Hamda Al-Khabaisi. Coming through turn 1, you can see Kirill Kuzkov making the move that put him up into P3. Back to the live action now, ladies and gentlemen. 11 minutes left on the board. 7 laps have expired. 3 left to go. Coming around now, we can see the light blue car of Kirill Kuzkov managing to maintain his P3 position ahead of Wirtz and Hamda Al-Khabaisi. Sulman Zanfari, the orange number 52, sandwiched between Hamda Al-Khabaisi and Sagar Al-Maserj. Sagar up into P7 at the moment as Zanfari has a 5-second penalty. That would mean Sagar in the final results, we will have Sagar in front of him already, and Solomon making a move up the inside of turn 27. Very, very aggressive move coming into turn 27, and Sagar looks like he's going to try to take advantage of the lost momentum for the 2 drivers in front of him. He's already front wheels to rear wheels with Hamda Al-Khabaisi as they come across the start-finish line. Once again, this is the second time we've been 3 wide across the start-finish line, ladies and gentlemen. Coming down into turn 1, what is going to happen now? Is there any contact? No, not again. And it's absolutely fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, to see that they managed to continue racing without any contact at all. And it looks like Sagar Al-Maserj has managed to take both of the drivers. Although the overtake was made off track, Solomon Zanfari was off track as well at the same time, and Hamda Al-Khabaisi had already lost position at that point. In this scenario, Luca, what exactly would we say with the stewards?
Yeah, I mean, I know already what I have to show them tomorrow in the video, because I really don't want to see these things, because you have to complete an overtake within the lines, and they both cut the corners, and they have to make sure that they keep it within the lines. So in this case, they both cut the corners, and it's a complicated scenario, because you could say one of the two was in front, you could say the other one didn't back off. Ideally, it would have been cleaner for Sagar to keep it back, but also Suleiman cut the corner. So this one is one of those things that I don't want to be in the shoes of the race control to review later on, because definitely it will be reviewed, and there is a potential infringement actually for both, because they both cut the corner and they both kept pushing. Yeah, so tomorrow we know what to show them, and we won't have so much time now between race 1 and 2 of today, but we will definitely speak individually with all the drivers to make sure that they can complete the overtake like Kirill did, or Oscar, which was in both situations brilliant. And I also like the fact that, for example, Oscar, he basically got overtaken by Kirill in the first place, but then he was able to learn from that and do the same action over Hamda, which, you know, is something that is nice to see, though it means somebody is learning on track from the action.
I think it's fair to say that he perfected that move on Hamda. It was a lot cleaner and smoother. He was done with the move on the exit of turn 1 rather than the exit of turn 2.
Yeah. If I have to give Oscar an advice, and I will later, is that when he was on the outside of Kirill, and Kirill was also a little bit in front, I think it would have been better for Oscar to let him go and just back off a little bit in the middle of turn 2 in order to stay close to Kirill, because in that situation he also lost the place to Hamda, and he gave Hamda the place basically for free, and it would have been a much easier race for Oscar, because it would have been behind Kirill, and it would have been able to try and follow him for the rest of the race. So Kirill, you know, in his place, I would have done similar. You know, you have somebody behind you, beside you, but a little bit behind, and he is on the outside. So of course you don't want to put him into the wall, but you just want to make sure that you don't give him too much space, you know what I mean. And so he was able to do the same thing, but Hamda wisely in turn 2 just giving a little bit more room when she understood that he couldn't, stay in front. When she couldn't stay in front.
Strategy on track and mentally as well, Luca, as it always is. I mean, there's got to be a lot of information going on in these young drivers' heads. You know exactly what it is. Andrej Petrovic at the front of the grid still, though, ladies and gentlemen, and perhaps that's why, because he can keep it all clean and calm in his mind and just go out and go racing. But something to note, Al Rafai is now only 1 second behind the leader, but as they cross the line, Andrej Petrovic takes the checkered flag ahead of the white number 10 of Federico Al Rafai, while Kirill Kutskov comes in third position. It was a brilliant race, Luca. It really was. Some fantastic maneuvers down there at turn 1.
Absolutely, absolutely. And wow, the guys, they did an amazing job by, being quite fair to each other, I have to say. Well, I mean, it's been a lot of action, especially at the front, fighting for the win at the beginning of the race, but also fighting for the podium positions. So Federico still managed to finish in P6, position 6. So in position 6 with a 10 seconds penalty, it's not ideal, but better than what it could have been. While Suleiman Zamfari with a 5 seconds, then unfortunately for him, he goes down to P8.
Still, all in all, I mean, in the first race here at Jeddah, it really was something special. I know it was a jump start, but it was still a really fantastic start for Federico Al Rafai. And, well, it was an even better one for Andrej Petrovic. He lost that position, but kept calm, managed to fight his way back into P1. Great drive for the Serbian. His first race 1 victory, I believe. So, I mean, he just keeps improving as well. Everybody's building their game, improving lap by lap, race by race, event by event. And I'm sure very soon indeed we're going to see another name on the top stop of the podium. And, I think Sagar Al-Mashouj may be up there soon. He was up there in Kuwait, and he deserves to be back up there very soon indeed. P5 in this race, and may well make his move in race 2 or race 3, although there may be a penalty coming for him as well. We'll have to await the final signed results so that we know exactly what the final classification is. As coming into the pit lane now, you can see the celebration lap coming to an end. Everybody will park in front of their grid boxes for Parc Fermé. For this race, for this event, ladies and gentlemen, we're doing podium at the end of the race all together, and so all 3 podiums will be held at the end of the final race. That's race 3 in a few hours time. So for now, everybody will just stop in Parc Fermé. We'll quickly jump out. Marcello Puglisi will get down there and let us know exactly what's going on in everybody's head. So you can see on screen now Andrej Petrovic stopping in position, the red number 49 car. What a race for Andrej. Started P1, fell back to P2, back up to P1, no worries at all. Excellent drive there for the Serbian. He had a tough time, but now he's celebrating, and he's got every right to do exactly that. There's his engineer, that's Jose. He's doing a fantastic job as well. The two have clicked and hit everything off right away. Glad to see it, glad to see them celebrating as his mechanic takes care of the car. Gets the Milwaukee cooler down in there to make sure the engine doesn't overheat, so it's ready to go racing again in just an hour's time, or an hour 15 minutes time, I should say. Here we go. There's the face of Andrej Petrovic uncovered now as we come towards the winner interviews.
Jump start, ima jump start, da, dobio je, sad je 6.
Znači, mora sam da ga obići. When I saw him in front of me, I had to pass.
See, ladies and gentlemen, Andre there on screen with his father now discussing things with his engineer. In just a moment we'll be down with Marcello Puglisi for the winners' interviews, and hopefully very soon we'll get to go racing in the next event. In the next race, I should say, we're showing here on screen replay that the driver coach is showing Andre. Gust, or the engineer, I should say, is showing Andre. They're already discussing what to do better in the next race. I'm sure they're having a look at Federico Alvarfai as well, but there's smiles on everyone's faces, so we will see exactly what's going to happen in the next race very, very soon indeed. Everybody in the pit lane now celebrating with the drivers. Of course, the mechanics starting to make sure everything's ready to go for the next race. With such a short turnaround between the two sessions, there's a lot of work for everybody to do, but we're used to it, and these mechanics are very experienced and have been with us for a long time indeed. And I'm sure they've got everything exactly running to schedule as always. Word from on high, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting ready now with Marcello for the winners' interviews. That'll of course be with Andre Petrovic in just a moment's time. Back onto the track, you can see how gorgeous it is here at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. And well, let's see what's going to happen in race 2. Race 1 was already a lot of interesting action, and I'm very, very excited to see where things go from there. As always, ladies and gentlemen, you can see the various monuments around the track. Sepang has the Malaysian flag. We have the beautiful tower in Bahrain, and here, well, there's no comparison at Jeddah. There's the ocean front, the Corniche, and it's absolutely beautiful all the way around the circuit, and at night it really comes to life, as you can see on screen at the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, just a notice that we are back on track very soon in hours 15 minutes time. I hope everybody will join us. We're heading down now for the third place interview with Marcello Puglisi.
Federico Alvarfai on the third step on the podium after a start where you had a jump start, you got a penalty, but still on the podium, so the pace was really good. You were able to catch up a little bit at the end. Andre, how was the race on your side?
The start, there wasn't really much I could do. My clutch broke, so I mean, yeah, I knew I had a jump start. However, then I just kept my head down, tried to build a gap for the guys behind, and yeah, I was trying to keep up with Andre, but I couldn't really get too close.
Okay, see you a couple of races for this weekend. You can try still to fight for this championship. I mean, the battle is still open. It's going to be pretty quick, but how you will handle these two races?
I hope I can move forward as much as I can, get as many positions as possible to try and salvage as many points as I can.
Good luck, Fede. Now we are waiting for P2, Kirill Kutskov. You will get a fine for that.
Just a few moments, ladies and gentlemen, we'll get Kirill Kutskov down into the interviews. Here we are, moving right down to you, Marcello.
Okay, here we are with second position, Kirill Kutskov. You lost a little bit on the start, but then you were able to catch up and you were really quick up to the end of the race.
Yeah, in the beginning, Federico made a jump start, so I had to stop behind him in the first braking, so Oscar also managed to pass me. But it was quite good race not the best pace we were expecting to have, but well, I managed to pass Oscar in the middle of the race, and then got a nice gap in front, got a nice gap in the behind, and just make last 5 laps in my own pace.
Can you just explain us a little bit better how you were able to catch up Oscar and make that nice move on the outside at T1?
There was a big fight for P1 between Federico, Oscar, and Andre, but then in one moment Oscar missed them a bit, and then he lost the slipstream because he didn't have such a good pace as them and as me, and then I made a move out of the slipstream into the braking in the turn 1.
That was really good. So let's keep the finger crossed to have you here on podium again. Good job.
Thank you very much, Marcello. So with that, with the written interviews over, and well, we haven't quite heard from everybody yet. Of course, Andrej Petrovic, winner interview. Here we go now, down to Marcello Puglisi once again.
Here we are with the winner of the race, the second win of this championship. Now the battle for the championship is still open. You're gaining a little bit over Federico. And how was the race on your side? I mean, at the beginning you were losing a little bit of position, but then you were able to catch up and take the lead, and you were able to managing up to the end.
Yeah, I thought that it was going to be much easier. After I saw I got a good start, I thought, okay, I'm safe for the first corner, but I just saw Federico fly past me. And then after that, for the first 2 laps, I really just wanted to pass him as quickly as possible because I saw I had much more speed, and I knew I had the speed to pull away. And after I overtook him, I just managed the gap till the end and got my second win.
Will you think about the championship for the next races?
I was thinking about the championship 3 races ago. Now I only had that in mind, and that's why I risked a little bit with the overtake. But if you don't risk, you cannot succeed. So.
Okay, so not racing like a single race on its own, but just all the time try to manage it for the championship, right?
Of course.
Okay, so head up and see you at the next one.
So, of course, Andrej Petrovic is now focusing and thinking about the championship, as he's been regularly on the podium, 2 times winner, and yeah, definitely the pole sitter of today race 1 and also today race 3. So in race 2 he will have to try and make as many positions as possible, while in race 3 he will have another opportunity to start from the pole position. So let's see what happened during this first race of the weekend. Starting from the very beginning of the race with Federico Rifai going at the front, and then Andrej Petrovic defending from Oscar Wurz in third, and then Petrovic able to regain the lead with a brilliant move on the inside of the first corner, and then defending into the first corner. And then we had a fight between Saker Al-Mosherji and Amna Al-Kubaisi. And here we have Kirill Kutkov managing to overtake Oscar Wurz for second place. Was third place, but then became second with a penalty of Federico Rifai that jumped the start. Here, Wurz able to overtake Amda Al-Kubaisi and gain fourth place. And here we see a fight with Suleiman Zampari and Al-Mosherji cutting corners. They did a similar maneuver and they both got handed 5 seconds penalty, as Rifai got also 5 seconds penalty for the jump start. So this is why in the final classification we have Petrovic, Kutkov in second, and Rifai in third, Wurz in fourth, Amda Al-Kubaisi, Saker Al-Mosherji, Omar Alderayyan, Zamfari in eighth, then Laura Villers, Abu Zenada, Jabor Al-Thani in 11, and then unfortunately we have Amar Kubaisi, Faisal Al-Kabani and Saud Mohamed Al-Saud that been retired. I mean, it's a very tricky circuit, definitely not easy at all, especially the opening laps are the most difficult. Let's have a look again at the very first lap of the race, which most of the time is the crucial. On the left hand side of the screen we will see Rifai that is jumping the start and definitely gaining from P4
up to position 1, and this has been reviewed, and he got the penalty, and after that he was able to defend, and actually was from P5 to P1, so a very big maneuver, so it was reviewed and penalized for that. After that, Petrovic had to defend from Wurz, but Petrovic definitely had a very strong pace, and he slowly was able to get closer and closer to Federico Rifai. And this time, of course, Petrovic had no idea that Rifai jumped the start, so he's trying all his best to get closer to Rifai. Rifai just had a lock up in the very first lap of the race, and then we have seen that the group of the first 6-7 drivers were all close one to the other, maybe the top 8, and they had an amazing fight. Now we see with the slipstream of these cars going into the final corner of the lap, where when these cars they can get a slipstream, there is an opportunity to brake late and try to overtake for the final turn. We also see Faisal Al-Kabani and Saud very close and behind, and here we see Petrovic trying a move on Rifai, but then he has to defend from Wurz as well. We will see them fighting in the straight line going into the first corner, with Kirill Kuskov also getting close. Here we have Petrovic in second. What a fight through the first lap. Then Petrovic able to regain the top spot into the second lap with a late move in this turn that we see here, the final turn, the final corner of the lap, with a very late move. So it means that he has a very good feeling under braking. It feels like he can really brake late and control the car. And then he was able to close the line and maintain the lead in the first corner. We also have seen 3 people penalized, both Saker, Al-Mosherji and Suleiman Zanfari, in 2 different situations. They tried to overtake between turn 1 and 2, but cutting the apex of 2, they gained the position and didn't give the position back, which is what you are supposed to do in this situation. And I believe that the penalties were correct for both. While the jump start for Rifai was also a penalty, quite clear that didn't definitely start a little bit before the red went off, and he was able to gain 4 places, which is quite a lot in a race start. And definitely he was expecting the penalty. He said that in the interview after the race. But still, with a provisional podium finish, he can still stay in the fight for the season, for the title and for the championship, with the contender Petrovic leader of the race. And he was also the guy that did the fastest lap of the race with a 2:8.1. The second fastest was Rifai, 2:8.3, and then 2:8.5 from Saker Al-Mosherji, and also 8.5 from Kirill Kuskov. While Oscar Wurz did 8.7, while everybody else's were above the 2.9, like Suleiman Zanfari and Omar Al-Valed Al-Rayyan as well. Amna Al-Kubaisi also, but unfortunately she had to retire. She had to retire from the race. We haven't seen the reason if there was a contact. While I believe in the opening lap or the second lap, there could have been potentially contact or a fight between Faisal Al-Kabani and Saud Mohamed Al-Saud that were fighting for position 9 and at that time then both retired from the race. The corner we have seen was turn 4, the corner that is followed by the first section of the track. Definitely is one of the most challenging circuit of this area, because it's really fast circuit, and from my side, first time I'm being here, and I'm really amazed by the facility, the circuit itself, the layout. Everybody was really excited to race here for the very first time, and I have to say that it's a very technical place, but all the drivers are responding fantastic and doing an amazing job. It was generally a clean race for everybody. We have seen some action, and all the drivers, I have to say, that behaved nicely and correctly. We can definitely help them to improve even more and to behave even better, but you know how it is when you are racing and you close the visor, then it's all different than staying in front of the screen like we're doing right now. So you are in your own little world with the closed visor, into the helmet, into the car, so it's hard to keep the temper, keep the calm, and make sure you do the right thing at the right time, you take the right decision. Every time you have a situation that you overtake or are overtaken, you have a very short fraction of a second to decide how to react, and just in case you have the position, you have to give the position back. It's also a very short time to decide if you have to give the position back or not, because then once one corner or two are gone, then it's hard to change the situation. Anyway, now it's time for the podium finishers. So let's hear from Aaron Thompson, the podium finishers of today, race 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all for being so very patient with us this evening. In just a moment, we're going to get underway with the overall podium for the first race here at the Invest Saudi Gulf Prix here for the Formula 4 Arabia Championship. And without any further ado, I'd like the drivers to please ask to suit up in order to take the podium. Okay, and let's get straight into it. In third position, we have Federico Alrefe! And in second position, Kirill Kutskov! And in first position, above the top step of this podium, Andrei Petrovic! And please now call for the trophy presentation by Mr. Martin Witzker for position 3. And if you would please, Mr. Zhao, the position 2. And of course, Prince Khalid Al Faisal, chairman of the SAMF, position 1. If the presenters would now please join us on the left and the right of the podium for a quick photo opportunity. And now for a quick photo opportunity. Thank you very, very much, everybody. right, ladies and gentlemen, and without any further ado, let's get into the rookie podium. If the drivers may please take their places. In third position, we have Sagar Almashaj. And in second position, Kirill Kutskov. And in first position, Andrei Petrovich. And now may Mr. Martin Witzke please present the third place trophy. And may Mr. Zhao please present the second place trophy. And if you would be so kind, please, Prince Khalid, if you would present the first place trophy. Thank you very, very much, everybody. And now for a quick photo opportunity. If the presenters would please join us. Thank you very, very much, everybody. And now for the ladies' podium. All right, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, let's get into the leading ladies' podium. In third position, we have Amnal Kabasi. And in second position, we have Laura Villas. And in first position, atop the top step of the podium, we have Hamdal Kabasi. And now may I please call on Mr. Martin Witzke to present the third place trophy. And if you would be so kind, please, Mr. Zhao, to present the second place trophy. And Prince Khalid, if you would be so kind, please, on behalf of the SAMF, to present the first place trophy. Thank you very much, everybody. Now for a quick photo opportunity, if the presenters would please join us. Thank you very, very much, everybody. Hope to see you again very soon for the second race of the evening.
Yeah, let's see the second race of the evening. Thank a lot for the podium finishers, and congratulations to everybody, and see you for the second race of today. Formula 4 Saudi Arabia Championship, certified by FIA.